Hello and welcome to Week 7 of the World Series of Boxing. In all corners of the globe, matches are taking place as the action hots up, with teams turning one eye to the knockout stages. Kharkiv, Ukraine was the host city for perhaps the most anticipated contest of Week 7, as two undefeated teams came face to face to establish Group A dominance. The Ukraine Ottomans have been in blistering form, but the Cuba Domadores came into the match having not lost a single bout this season. It was a nail-biting contest from the opening bell in front of a packed crowd at the Palace of Sport. First, Maxim Fatic got his side in front with a superb victory over Uzbekistan to inflict the first loss on any Cuban boxer this season. World lightweight champion Lázaro Alvarez drew the Domadores level with a punch-perfect display. But the story of the night came in the third bout of the contest when Olympic gold medalist Roniel Iglesias was shocked by Serhii Boychuk, to the delight of the Ottoman coaches. Domadores virtuoso captain Julio Cesar La Cruz drew his side level, defeating Maxim Kots in a masterclass. But in the deciding bout between Rostislav Archipenko and Lenier Perot, it was the Ottoman who had his arm raised to complete a memorable victory on home soil, 3 bouts to 2. Then it was to Sanya, the home of the China Dragons. Without a win all season, they hosted the Turkey Conquerors, hoping that the spirit of revenge would kickstart their campaign. Since beating the Dragons in Week 1, the Conquerors have had a roller coaster season, so boxers from both sides knew that victory in this contest was essential. Dragon favourite Fang Bo got the home crowd on their feet early with a dismantling of Ferhat Pelivan, showing superb conditioning to overcome the Turkish Olympian. However, neither side could maintain a rhythm as the contest swung back and forth, with boxers of both sides seeing their arm raised as the night approached a nail-biting conclusion. In the deciding bout, heavyweight prodigy Mu Haipeng showed his class to defeat Ibrahim Demirezen to secure a debut World Series Boxing Season 6 victory for the Dragons in front of a delighted crowd. With their stunning victory in Kharkiv, the Ukraine Ottomans go top of Group A, with the Domadores slipping to second. The Turkey Conquerors remain in third and above the China Dragons, but only just. The Venezuela Caciques were eager to redress the balance of Group C as they hosted the Argentina Condors side that defeated them in Week 3. From the outset, it was clear that the Condors wouldn't be going 2 for 2 over their Venezuela counterparts. Despite brave showings from Junior Zarate and Elias Gonzalez, the Condors never found the form that saw them beat the Caciques in a reverse fixture. In a remarkable team display, the Caciques blew away their opponents with a ferocious performance, registering their first 5-0 victory of the season in front of raucous home support. The following day, they took on the Rafako Hussars Poland, and it was to be the same success story for the Caciques. It was clear that home comfort suited the Venezuelans, and the arena in Vargas is becoming something of a fortress for the South American franchise. Despite the Hussars boasting a number of highly experienced fighters, including Irish star Steve Donnelly, there was no holding back the Caciques. Showing supreme confidence and no shortage of skill, they romped to a 5-0 victory, putting them in contention for a place in the knockout stages and sending a warning to the rest of the competition. Back in beautiful Buenos Aires after a tough night in Venezuela, the Argentina Condors were hoping that home advantage could improve their fortunes against the hard-hitting Russian boxing team. However, the visitors weren't intimidated by the fiery atmosphere in the arena and dismantled the challenge of the Condors piece by piece in a brutal evening's work. Another whitewash loss for the Condors was confirmed when Russian heavyweight Pavel Silyagin outclassed Sergio Levenstein as the Russians celebrated yet another win on the road. Those two incredible 5-0 wins for the Caciques fly them to the top of Group C. The Russian boxing team have 2 matches in hand and so are sure to be challenging for top spot, but it's beginning to look bleak for the Condors and Rafako Hussars. Uzbekistan has long been a breeding ground of boxing talent, and nowhere is this better displayed than in World Series boxing. In the first of their 2 matches this week, the Uzbek Tigers welcome the Puerto Rico Hurricanes. It's been a sobering campaign thus far for the Hurricanes, as they've struggled to compete with their group rivals, and this contest was no different. Uzbek Tiger Abrajan Kadyrov stopped Siba Avila in the opening bout, and from that point the challenge of the Hurricanes fell by the wayside. The Tigers only dropped 1 round to their opponents in a thrilling 5-0 victory, and put them right in form for the arrival of the WSB Season 5 champions. The Uzbek Tigers versus the Astana Arlands was a meeting of 2 sides with real title credentials. The reigning champions had looked really impressive in their opening match, while the new boys from Uzbekistan had been putting their opponents to the sword. In the Uzbek capital of Tashkent, the home crowd were firmly behind the Tigers. In the opening bout, Hasanbay Duzmatov showed once again why he's a star in the making, defeating Tamertas Yusupov to give his side an early advantage. This lead was doubled soon after when Abdulhay Sharakmatov got the better of Mirbalat Toitov in a concussive bout that went right down to the final bell. Needing just 1 win for a famous upset, Fazladin Meliboev stood up to be counted against Askat Walikhanov and put everything on the line for his side. At the end of 5 rounds, his arm was raised and the Tigers had the win. The whitewash was prevented when Merim Nursultanov took the narrowest of wins over Hershidbek Normatov, but Mirzabek Kasanov showed real maturity to get the judges' nod over Yurkim Mukametjan, and the Uzbeks had a 4-1 victory over the reigning champions and made a huge statement of intent. These results rise the Uzbek Tigers to the top of Group D, while the Puerto Rico Hurricanes remain bottom. But with all the other sides having matches in hand, the final outcome is still very much up in the air. Remember, you can watch all matches live on the WSB website, and don't forget to check out our social media platforms for even more action.